For a time, the Star Wars franchise was widely known for having a vast, deep, and at times impenetrable expanded universe in the form of guidebooks, comics, video games, novels, television shows, and more. However, on April 25th, 2014, everything changed. As Disney intended to move Star Wars forward, creating more room for new writers was crucial. It was announced that from that point on, Star Wars continuity would be divided into two groups, Legends and Canon. Legends encompassed pretty much everything before the Disney purchase, while Canon took the first 6 movies in the Clone Wars series and movie, and anything released going forward. This was a decision that was very polarizing for the Star Wars fandom community, but it was something that needed to be done. From this move, we've seen writers forge their own universe, with the sequel trilogy and the anthology movies, along with other novels and shows that keep the universe neatly tied together, unlike the Legends universe, which at times became tangled in a mess of continuity. So, this has nothing to do with the Hasbro Takara Tomy multiverse. Why am I bringing it up here? Well, I bring it up because the nature of Transformers movie continuity is changing, and it's changing in a very similar manner as Star Wars did. In the Transformers franchise, everything is canon to some universe or itself, so long as it's licensed by Hasbro or other companies who have the license to develop fiction. Heck, even things not licensed by Hasbro can be made canon if it is recognized by official Hasbro licensed material. For more information on this subject, check out my canon versus continuity video. The live-action Transformers films, like Star Wars, have a large expanded universe attached to them. In fact, the expanded material outside of the movies predates the first movie itself, as much prequel material was published beforehand. From comics, web series, additional information given in Hasbro-licensed blogs, novels, etc., there has always been much more to what's been called the Bayverse than the 4 movies that have been released at the time of recording. Yes, there have been material that take place in the Tyran cluster that cannot take place in the main universe, Tyran 707.04 Delta. However, there still has always been that base universe where continuity was developed. The 4 Transformers movies are notorious for having plot holes and continuity issues, and thankfully, the expanded universe not only answers every single major question and resolves every single major plot hole, but also develops a universe that is overall more alive and better for it. Transformers Dark of the Moon was meant to be the last movie in the Transformers trilogy, and because of that, expanded universe material wrapped up the last bit of plot holes and brought everything together in a nice little bow. However, Transformers Age of Extinction was released, but for the most part, expanded universe material stopped, with a few exceptions. Ask Vector Prime was one of the last sources that helped flesh out the universe of Tyran 707.04 Delta, supported by Fun Publications. However, as of 2017, Fun Publications has lost the license to Transformers, and its licensed blogs have concluded their storylines. As Transformers The Last Knight began development, a writer's room was created as Paramount prepared to move forward with its cinematic universe, and as a result of these early preparations, a large story bible was reportedly been created, developing a supposedly more fleshed out universe. Unfortunately, with the nature of some reveals in the Transformers The Last Knight trailers, and plans not only for The Last Knight, but also movies going forward, like the supposed idea that the Bumblebee movie will take place in the 1980s even though Bumblebee didn't arrive on the planet until 2003, shows that the previous continuity that had wrapped the universe together is no longer being considered in this new universe. And that's exactly what's being made, a new universe. Just like Star Wars, the studios are creating more space for the writers to push forward with the idea of continuity being kept closer together. The Star Wars movies, to begin with, were much more solid than the Transformers movies, so it looks like these future movies will have a lot to answer for, not just in their future stories, but in patching together the universe between the original 4 movies. Effectively, we have our own, quote, canon and legends universes now. Given the nature of universal notation, Tyran 707.04 Delta will probably be the best notation for the new universe that will, at birth, only include Transformers, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers Dark of the Moon, Transformers Age of Extinction, Transformers The Last Knight, and any movie in continuity going forwards. The IDW comics were the leading element in establishing movie continuity outside of the movies themselves, so the name Tyran 207.28 Gamma is probably the best term for what we knew as the expanded universe that ends with Transformers Age of Extinction. As a continuity lover, I can't help but hate to see such a well-fleshed out universe come to a close. However, I for one am also looking forward to the future, to see if maybe this brave new world can bring us films of a higher quality. Here's to the future. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.
For my world to live, yours must die.